his Archmage. And you're going to see how that becomes very important here in just a moment. So, again, Todd just doing a really nice job. Like, he's really got this thing thought through, and he makes a lot of the right decisions. He knows how to apply pressure. He knows how to, I guess, kind of defend and play a little bit defensively and use some of these tactics that might seem a little bit annoying if you're the opponent, in order just to keep his opponent occupied long enough. And here comes Blizzard. Now, he's got some breakers, the Muslim does. He's got some breakers. You know, you would maybe look at this and you go, I don't know, is Blizzard really going to do that much? You know, you can just dodge it like the Muslim is doing right now. But here's the thing: as long as you keep your opponent's army on the move like this, I mean, he really isn't doing much of anything. He's not able to do near as much damage. He's got to concentrate on moving his army around all the time, and he can't really focus fire on units or buildings or much of anything. And you're just slowly but surely kind of doing more damage. You can see now he's taking out a couple of these footmen now, and he's just kind of hiding in his base. He's really continuing to kind of buy time. He's waiting for the moment to be right. He's going to keep doing damage. He's going to keep softening up the army of Muslim, waiting and waiting until the time is right. He does lose a Sanctum, but he's starting to feel more confident now. He's taken down a couple of those water elementals. And now he's going to come out and just continually use Blizzard to keep his opponent on the move. He's going to call some militia. He's going to really come all out here and make a push here. He knows all I have to do is win this battle, and I don't even have to win it decisively. In fact, he can probably lose this battle. As long as he doesn't lose the game here, he's going to be fine. That's a nice invis save by the Muslim right there. In a minute here, he's going to, I believe, misclick. He wants to try and save that priest that's hurt, and he accidentally invises that sorceress, and he ends up losing the priest. But yeah, hey, oh well, it was still the right idea. Just it's hard to click on the right guy sometimes. So anyhow, Todd's just kind of pushing. He continues to cast Blizzard, and really the game belongs to him at this point. He's going to take down the Nagir in a second. And the Muslim knows it's over. He cannot rebuild. You know, he really can't go anywhere at this point. There's not much he can do. Even if he wins this battle fairly decisively, Todd can rebuild, and he cannot. So, you know, he either wins the game completely right here, or it's over for the Muslim. So Todd's a great job here. He does something a little different. He is able to make up for some of the inherent weaknesses in those early expansions. Now, this was not a true fast expansion. He did not come right out of the gate, go straight down to his main, or rather his natural, creep it out with militia, set up an expansion. He didn't do that. And so, you know, I think this is almost like a little bit of a safer way to do it in one way, in the sense that your opponent's probably going to be looking for that fast expo on this map. So he's able to disguise his intentions of getting that early expansion a little bit. The Muslim probably knew what he was up to. He probably noticed, hey, there are some extra peasants up there. I better be keeping an eye out for an expansion. But the thing is, you creep out that mercenary camp right off the bat, and it gives you a couple of extra units that you have access to quickly, and fairly strong units. I mean, the Troll Priest is really going to help in this matchup because it can help you do some damage to the water elementals, and it also keeps your guys healed up, which, you know, 4 footies and a priest against 4 footies. Well, the 4 footies and a priest is a significantly better army because you've got those hit points regenerating as the priest is healing. So it really does make a difference. You get those extra couple of units there, and that's when you're weak. If you're going to get an early expansion, you're weak early. You know that if the game goes long enough, eventually you will have a huge advantage. So he creeps this mercenary camp in order to kind of make up for that early weakness and minimize that weakness. And he knows all I got to do is survive the kind of early tier 2 stage when I'm really going to be at my biggest disadvantage. If I can survive at that point and get further into the game, I will eventually win this thing. And, you know, Todd he's really perfected this whole idea. I mean, he knows how to win using economics to his advantage. You see him fast expand or early expand in a pretty high percentage of his games. He's got the micro and the macro to do that. He can defend these expansions extremely well, and he knows how to apply just the right amount of pressure to his opponent in order to make these strategies work. So, again, it's not for everybody, but if you're a pretty good player and you want to give something like this a try, I think in human versus human on this particular map, this is a pretty good tactic, a pretty neat approach to the game, and I think it can easily work for you. like I said, I don't know if I would try it against races that are more likely to harass you, because trying to creep that mercenary camp is going to be a little bit difficult. You may end up giving more experience to your opponent than to yourself. If you've got somebody who knows what they're doing with, say, a Death Knight, who's going to come in there and try and coil any weak creeps that you might be trying to take down there, and he's also going to possibly pick off a unit or two of yours in the process if you're not careful. So you do have to kind of know what you're doing. You have to probably do this mainly against a human opponent. You could do it against others. It's just more risky. But again, I like the idea of being able to get that expansion up, not being quite as weak early on as you might normally be. And it took a little longer for Todd to get to Tier 2 in that game, but eventually he gets there. And at that point, here's the other interesting thing. At that point, you know exactly what your opponent's doing. Not only have you been in his base to see what buildings he has, etc., but you've seen the units that he's using. You know exactly the tactic that he's doing. In that case, it was the dual sanctum approach. He was not going Tier 3 right off the bat. So you knew exactly how to counter what your opponent was doing. And I think that's one thing that Todd does very well. He can do this economic game where he gets the expansion early because he's very good at just countering whatever his opponent does. So if your opponent is going to go dual sanctums, he'll build an army to counter that. If his opponent is going Tier 3, he will more gradually work his way up and figure out, okay, is he going knights with master priests? Is he going, is he trying to get to air? What the heck is he doing? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Todd knows how to counter it. He knows how to scout well, and he's got a resource advantage at his disposal, so he can do whatever he wants. He's got the flexibility, because of that expansion, to do whatever the heck he pleases in terms of countering his opponent. So there you have it, guys. Just a quick breakdown on that game. I thought it was a pretty cool game, pretty interesting twist on how to maybe play the human mirror on this particular map, and hopefully it gives you some food for thought. A few ideas about maybe how to approach the human mirror in your next BattleNet game. Obviously, you can't do this kind of a thing on every map out there, but there are probably several places where you could do something similar. And, if I find another really good human mirror as I'm watching replays that kind of shows a more traditional kind of paper, rock, scissors type of a game where you're trying to counter the counter and all that kind of stuff, I'll see if I can't find one like that too to do an AC on. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope it was at least somewhat informative. And I will be back again hopefully very soon with another AC. And I appreciate you guys leaving me some comments on this audio. If you liked it or didn't like it, let me know. I will, let's see. You know what? I don't have my CD yet from my old band. So I will try and outro once again with another Quench song, which is my old band, only without me, sadly. Sniff, sniff. Yes, they had to replace me when I left, and but they got a really great guy, great guitarist, good songwriter, and I thought the album that they put out after I left was really top notch. So I'll put another song from them on there since I don't have my old band's CD back yet. Some kid borrowed it, and I have not been able to get that thing back from him yet. It's been a thorn in my side, so I'll continue to track that thing down so I can get some more of my old stuff on the next couple of audios for you guys, for those of you that give a rip. Anywho, that's it for me now. Signing off. I hope you guys are doing well, and hey, summer is nearly upon us, so hang in there if you got exams and all that kind of stuff. You'll get through it, and you'll be in the middle of summertime here in no time. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.